All right, well, it's 9 o'clock, so I think we should get this party started. Morning.
Sorry, I keep saying.
From Windermere Homes and Estates, and today's meeting is about to begin. First, we need to all please stand and say the pledge to our flag. And if you're like me, you're going to stand up and take off your video. Ready to begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. First, meeting protocol. Daniel, you want to put that screen back? Okay. We'll keep this meeting to an hour or less. If you have any questions or comments, please use the chat box and use the raise your hand feature if you want to say something. Please mute yourself unless you are speaking. And also, Connie, you can't hear me? Can everybody else hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you.
All right. So anyway, please mute yourself unless you're speaking. And also, when you are making your pitches, if you would try to keep it to 2 minutes and tell us something that we won't know about the property from the MLS listing. All right. And next, we'll go on to our affiliate spotlight. Jim McDonnell from RE Photos by Jim. Good morning, Jim.
Yeah. Good morning. How you doing? Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Good. Yeah, I wanted to have Daniel start with my video if you can, if it's at all possible.
Okay. Yep. I'll go ahead and play it.
Okay. Great. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate that.
So Jim, anything else you want to share with us about your services?
Like how much? Oh, man.
Jim, did we lose you?
Hey, Daniel,
Yeah, we're all here.
we good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're good. Just, can you hear us? Must have lost connection.
I think I've just killed Zoom. Oh, there we are. Okay. I thought we just killed Zoom for a second there.
It's easy to do that, you know.
So Jim, thanks for the video. Can you have anything else you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, actually,
Structure and so
yeah,
forth?
I'll make it kind of quick. What I'm going to be doing, because I've been getting a lot of requests for Matterport style 360 tours. I'm starting in June. I have the equipment. I'll be going out doing virtual walkthroughs where you can do a complete 360 3D tour starting June. And for everybody who's attending today in this meeting, if you'll contact me and let me know, I'll give you the lowest price, about a third of what Matterport charges. It's about $200 for any size house. So that's just for people who are attending today. So just put May 19 SRCAR in your email, and I'll know who you are.
Great, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, moving on with our Did You Know segment, a couple of positive things during this strange era that we're in. The week of the 11th through the 17th, we had 301 closed transactions, which is up from last year when we had 271 transactions closed. So things are still moving. I'd also like to introduce now Troy Shadid. Is Troy on the line?
Yes, I am. How are you doing?
Hi, Troy is an agent with Realty Vault in Marietta and a senior pastor for Generations Church. He's a visionary strategist and creative with an unrelenting passion does not quit. Troy's here today to share with us his halftime adjustment pointers. Troy,
Good
you're
morning, everybody. I hope everybody can hear me okay. I am in realty and have been for a few years now with Realty Vault. Wes Hankins is my broker, and I also pastor a church in Moreno Valley, Temecula, and we also have a location in San Diego. And Sylvia happens to be part of our church, and so my message on Sunday online must have inspired her in some way, because she immediately responded and said, "Can you share that on Tuesday with all of our realtors?" So I said, sure. So I have a little video clip. I was able to find it, Sylvia. So she said there's 4 showings, so there's a little extra time today. So I will inspire you, or I won't, but this video will inspire you at the end here. So I just really, in my message to our church, as many of you are probably familiar, it is has been a struggle for many people, and you know, it kept being delayed and delayed. And first it was just 15 days, then 30 days, and just flatten the curve, and then now it keeps extending. And apparently yesterday Governor Newsom said he saw within weeks that churches and sporting events would be able to return. But I did a message on Sunday called Halftime Adjustments. I'm a sports guy. I love football, baseball, basketball. I'm an avid golfer. You don't have an halftime in golf, but you do in the other sports. And I remembered the halftime of the Super Bowl this year. And the 49ers were winning, I believe, by 10 points at halftime or something like that. But they always talk about the great coaches make the greatest halftime adjustments, or what adjustments, game time decisions do coaches make. And so I just kind of paralleled that really with kind of where we are as a society and a community, specifically as I was speaking to this to our church people, saying, well, what if this is just halftime, being last Sunday, and we got another third and fourth quarter to play? Because if you guys are like me, I kind of looked at this thing back on March 15th as kind of a sprint where we're just going to run this thing for 15 or 30 days and we'll get back to, normal things. And that has not happened. And so now I've found myself kind of rethinking this whole thing, going, okay, I need to not think of like a 200 or a 400 yard dash, but more like a half marathon. And when you do that, you kind of rethink some things. And so I had 4 things, and I'll just quickly give those to you today, that most football teams or basketball teams or soccer teams do at halftime. The number one thing they do is they repair anything that was damaged during the first quarter, second quarter. A lot of the athletes, they'll get taped up at the beginning of the game and then they'll get retaped at halftime so that their ankles or their wrists or whatever maybe is bothering them because maybe the tape is cracked or gotten loose or just isn't holding them together. And I think during this COVID-19 time that we need a lot of repair sometimes, specifically maybe our marriages, maybe our children, maybe how we handle our finances. We've looked at some different things. Our emotions maybe need some great repair. The second thing I talked about was that we need to refuel. Now, when I had my girls and we did soccer, I was unfamiliar with soccer. I was familiar with football and basketball and wrestling and stuff, but my girls wanted to play soccer. So I found out that apparently parents are supposed to bring orange slices to soccer games. So I found out when I was a parent that, hey, at soccer games, all the kids run to the sidelines and they dive in with their orange slices. So you got to have the orange slices for the kids. And so we did that. And of course, in professional sports, you got the great company Gatorade, who they've got the refuel kind of as part of their branding, and part of what you do is you refuel your body. So you repair yourself at halftime and then you refuel. And it's important to refuel, especially in this time. So sometimes I've just noticed I've had a few phone calls from people that they've really had a lot of anxiety. They've had some people have gone back to some habits that they thought they had kicked that habit and were frustrated with themselves. And sometimes when we're out of routine and out of the normalcy of what we are comfortable with, we fall back into old habits and old routines of things. And so we have to pay attention and really refuel ourselves positively, however you find that to be for yourself. The third thing that I find that most good teams or well-adjusted teams, of course, the Kansas City Chiefs, they made some critical halftime adjustments at the Super Bowl just a few months ago. Seems like a year ago by now, but and they came out of the locker room at halftime and they made some key adjustments with their coach to help them score against the 49er defense, which was one of the prominent defenses in the NFL last year. And of course, it helped having Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback to make some great plays. And I'm not predominantly a Chiefs fan, but I was rooting for them. And they came from behind and ended up winning the Super Bowl. But a lot of it had to do with the adjustments they made in order to allow them to score on the 49ers defense, which had kept them in check pretty much the whole first half. So halftime is important. This is where we have to make our adjustments, our readjustments. And maybe as realtors, we kind of got into this whole thing in March and April, and maybe there's some adjustments to how we show houses. Maybe there's some adjustments to how we have buyers. I currently have a house listed in Paris, and the first couple of agents that wanted to see it, they were not prepared with the PEAD, with the COVID-19. And then the last few agents that have brought buyers through, they were prepared. And so there was some adjustments that I even had to kind of educate some realtors on how you show a house during this time, and the adjustments that need to be made and the readjustments. And so maybe on how we do things as realtors is important in this day, to make some readjustments in everything that you do. And it's important to analyze really our our marriages, our kids, our anxiety, our job, our presentations, our virtual tours, and maybe make readjustments. And then the fourth thing I talked about, of course, I went into this in greater detail and scriptures in the Bible to encourage our church people. But the fourth one is really a refocus. And as many of you know, right now is normally prime time for real estate. May, June, people are finding houses as they transition and move in the summer. And it's not been as slow as maybe some people thought it would be, but it has been slow or slower than maybe others thought. And so kind of that refocusing on how am I going to adjust? How am I going to refocus myself? Because there's a lot of people with the economy and with, I had a buyer back in April, and my lender had a real hard time with a VA loan. And so we just had to really work hard to try to find a quality loan. And eventually it came through because the government was all over the place with their loans. And so just refocusing, and I didn't really allow him to back off. He was kind of saying, I don't know if it's going to happen. I said, come on, we can do this. And just refocus and think of some things that maybe aren't your normal way of doing it, but how can you try some different lenders, or maybe the things you're used to that always just work. Maybe we got to be more creative in, not creative accounting, by the way, but just creative in how we do some things, and research different ones. And so just, refocusing our game. Great moments are born for great opportunity. And, a lot of people are saying that in this time, in this season, there's going to be a lot of great companies that are born from this moment. There's going to be people that are really creative thinkers that will create some new I'll tell you what, I wish I had stock and I had invented a mask industry by now, because that just seems to be, everybody has to have masks now. And so just these different things. So I'm going to do my best just to show you this video, just maybe to give you some focus and some halftime adjustments in your salesmanship, in your real estate, in your buying and selling, and helping your clients out, and just to inspire us that we can win, and it's all about your heart, all about your focus. And I believe that this video will help. So I'm going to see if I can share my screen here. Okay. Y'all see, what's his name? Kurt, I think. Kirk?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Are born from great opportunity. You shouldn't have any doubt in your mind about what you're supposed to do tonight and about how you're supposed to do it. This is your time. Now, I don't want them to gain another yard. We got to go out there and we got to take it. Take their game and shove it right back in their face. That's how winning is done. A team is something you belong to, something you feel. Something you have to earn. If we don't come together, it's over. And I guarantee you, we will go by in your life. You won't regret walking out, letting them get the best of it. I'll ask you one last time. To be the best that you can be. Play like champions. Win. It's about heart. It's about who can go out there and play the hardest. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game. In my book, we're going to be winners. In any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die, willing to take the hits, who's going to win that inch. I'll tell you something you don't let nothing come between us. On this team, we fight, and we shut them down because we can. This is a tomato. Think it's good for you? Think again. There's one simple trick to controlling your weight.
Cardiothoracic surgeon Stephen Gundry says he solved the weight loss mystery.
You really have.
I don't know if you heard that part. But
Oh, yeah, we did.
I don't like YouTube. It just keeps playing the next video.
Troy, thank you very much for that. That was
You're
great.
welcome. Hopefully that inspired some people. We can do it.
Okay, well, we appreciate it very much, and I hope everybody got some inspiration from it.
Yeah. Thank
Okay,
you.
let's go ahead and move on now to our properties. I understand we have 4 properties. Committee updates. Any committee chairs have anything they want to share with us today?
I do. Barbara Rand here with Education Committee. Today we have SIG working with sellers from 1 to 4. So it's not too late to get signed up for that $30.
Okay, Barbara, thank you. Anyone else?
I do for YPN. This is Jenna. I just went ahead and posted, there's a Zoom registration link I put in the chat as well as the flyer. There's a YPN event that's going to be on May 20th from 11 to 12:30. It's, I guess, sponsored by over 23 local associations. It's about mental health and wellness. It's going to be 3 half-hour segments. It's free to attend. We're hoping to get as many people as possible. We can fit, I believe, up to 3,000. So it's not just for real estate. If you have any friends or family that want to join as well, we'd be happy to have everybody on there. So if you have any questions, let me know, but all the information is on the flyer as well as the Zoom link. And then locally, just want to make sure that everyone is following our Instagram and Facebook. We'll be putting out some more content soon. And we have Month of Giving, which is in August, but we're going to be starting some of our activities prior to that. So be on the lookout for our announcements.
Thank you, Jenna.
Good morning, it's Nikki at Old Republic and the affiliate chair. I've been getting some messages if we're having our June meeting. Haven't decided yet, so I will keep you all posted, I promise, whether we are or aren't. It's just kind of going to depend on what happens as far as if there's any events or anything that can be planned, because we definitely don't want to waste anyone's time by just hosting a meeting. So I'll get with Diane, and as soon as we know for sure, we will send out an email to everyone.
Okay. Thank you, Nikki. Anyone else?
Yeah, hi there, guys. It's Molly Levine with my NHD and your scholarship committee. I just want to let everyone know that the deadline has passed. It was yesterday to submit the applications for the scholarship. So good luck to all those who applied, and congrats to the class of 2020.
All right, very good. Anyone else? Nothing else. Okay, how about SRCAR upcoming events? We got a few coming up. You can see them on the screen right now. Let's see, CAR webinar today, MLS training. Looks like Hemet's property preview and Elsinore's have been, well, no, Hemet's has been canceled. Elsinore is still on. Anyway, there's all of our events, and you can, of course, go to the SRCAR website to get more information on anything coming up.
I have a question on that WCR fashion show. I think it's been postponed, right? Yeah.
Yes, it has been postponed.
Okay.
To be determined.
Yeah, we were, hi, it's Alicia Amadio, your Women's Council Realtors President. And we're looking to go for September, but we're still trying to see if that's going to be a good date or not. So that it has been officially postponed.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, any other updates on events and education? Okay, I guess we can move on to town crier, and this week's town crier Tracy Garamone is doing Facebook 102 for Realtors this Friday at 10 a.m. via Zoom, as we're very familiar with. Please go to Tracy's business page, Tracy Garamone at New American Funding. Go to event and go to details to click on the link. And thank you, Tracy, for always helping us get more in tune with social media and all the rest of that stuff. Does anyone else have anything else for the good of the order?
I'd like to do a quick shout out, if I may, Kurt.
Sure.
When it comes to our iBrokers Forum, we're actually going to be meeting tomorrow from 12 to 2. If you didn't receive the Zoom link, reach out to one of us independent brokers. I'll be happy to give it to you. I'll probably go ahead and try and get it in the chat here real quick if I can. But yeah, we're meeting monthly now that we've been Zoomified. So it's iBrokers Forums tomorrow. Networking starts at 11:30. The actual program starts at 12.
Thanks, Mike. And in the chat room, Tracy just let us know that Fannie and Freddie have breaking news today relating to forbearance. Apparently a big announcement. So go to her Facebook page or her business
it's
page.
Very positive news, and it's great for our business.
Great, Tracy. Thank you for sharing that. All right, everybody. If that is all we have, you guys all have a great week, and we'll see you again next Tuesday. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Kurt, good job. Bye, everyone.
Everybody have a great Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, thank you.
You too. Happy
Thank
Tuesday,
you.
everybody.
Bye.
Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.